Good morning, America. As the sun rises over cities and neighborhoods across the country, a sense of anticipation fills the air. Today, we're facing a weather event that could shape the week for millions. One of the most powerful winter storms in recent memory is brewing just off our shores. We're tracking a massive bomb cyclone developing off the East Coast, a swirling giant visible from space, its vast cloud bands stretching for hundreds of miles. Meteorologists have been monitoring this system for days, and now, it's rapidly gaining strength as it approaches land. This isn't just any winter storm, it's a bomb cyclone, a term used when a storm undergoes bombogenesis, meaning its central pressure drops dramatically in a short period, causing it to intensify at an explosive rate. The skies are darkening, winds are picking up, and the atmosphere is primed for a dramatic transformation. This system will unleash a dangerous combination of heavy snow, hurricane-force winds, and widespread power outages from the southeast all the way up to New England. Cities and towns along the coast are bracing for blizzard conditions, with whiteout visibility and snow drifts that could block roads and trap residents indoors. Utility crews are already on alert, preparing for the likelihood of downed power lines and outages that could last for days. Millions of people are in the path of this monster storm, and the impacts will be felt far and wide. The worst of the weather is expected to hit Saturday into Sunday, with travel becoming nearly impossible in some areas. Highways could become parking lots, airports may see widespread cancellations, and public transportation could grind to a halt as snow piles up and winds howl. Along the coast, gusts could easily snap tree branches and bring down power lines, leaving neighborhoods in the dark and cold. Coastal flooding is also a concern, as the storm's powerful winds push ocean water inland, threatening homes and businesses near the shoreline. Emergency officials are urging residents in vulnerable areas to be ready to evacuate if necessary. The exact track of the storm will be critical in determining who gets the heaviest snow. Just a slight shift east or west could mean the difference between a dusting and several feet of snow for major cities like New York, Boston, and Philadelphia. Meteorologists are watching the models closely, but uncertainty remains, so everyone in the potential impact zone should be prepared for the worst. Now is the time to prepare. Stock up on essentials like food, water, and medications. Make sure your electronic devices are fully charged, and gather flashlights, batteries, and blankets in case the power goes out. If you have a generator, test it now and ensure you have enough fuel. Don't forget to check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those with special needs, to make sure they're ready too. Once the storm hits, avoid travel unless absolutely necessary. Roads will quickly become treacherous, and emergency crews need to be able to do their jobs without additional hazards. Stay off highways and public transportation if possible, and heed all local advisories and road closures. Your safety, and the safety of first responders, depends on it. Our team of meteorologists will be working around the clock, providing the latest updates as conditions evolve. We'll break down the storm's path, timing, and potential impacts, so you can make informed decisions for your family and your community. Stay tuned to our broadcasts and digital platforms for real-time information. This is a dynamic, dangerous setup, one that could change rapidly as the storm approaches. Make sure you're signed up for emergency alerts on your phone, and keep a battery-powered radio handy in case you lose power. Local news stations and weather apps will be your lifeline for critical updates and warnings. Preparation is your best defense against the unpredictable power of nature. Review your emergency plan with your family, secure outdoor items that could become projectiles in high winds, and make sure your car is fueled and winter-ready. If you're in a flood-prone area, have sandbags ready and know your evacuation routes. As the storm arrives, stay indoors, keep warm, and check in on loved ones. If you must shovel snow, do so carefully to avoid injury, and never use generators or grills indoors due to the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Emergency responders are standing by, but their resources may be stretched, so do your part to stay safe and help others if you can. We'll keep you informed every step of the way as this historic storm unfolds. Remember, your safety is our top priority. Stay safe, stay warm, and take this storm seriously. Together, we'll get through whatever Mother Nature has in store. The Southeast is bracing for a truly historic snowstorm, one that meteorologists are already calling the most significant in decades for cities like Raleigh. Streets that are usually bustling with activity are now eerily quiet, blanketed in a thick layer of snow. For many residents, this is a once-in-a-generation event, with snowfall totals expected to shatter previous records. The city's iconic skyline, usually framed by blue skies, is now barely visible through the swirling snow, as flakes continue to fall relentlessly. Local officials are urging everyone to prepare for conditions that most in this region have never experienced before. Greensboro and Charlotte, two of North Carolina's largest cities, are also in the path of this powerful winter storm. Neighborhoods that rarely see more than a dusting of snow are now transformed into winter wonderlands, but the beauty comes with serious risks. Schools and businesses have closed their doors, and emergency crews are on high alert, ready to respond to any situation. Residents are being asked to stay off the roads and avoid unnecessary travel, as conditions are expected to deteriorate rapidly. The entire region is coming together, with neighbors helping each other prepare for what could be days of disruption. North Carolina and Virginia are right in the bullseye of this storm system. Forecast models show that some areas could see over 8 inches of snow, with the potential for even higher totals in localized bands. In Virginia's Tidewater region, meteorologists warned that accumulations could reach a foot or more, a truly rare event for this part of the country. The National Weather Service has issued winter storm warnings across a wide swath of the southeast, urging residents to take the threat seriously. This is not just another winter weather event, it's a storm that will be remembered for years to come. The combination of heavy, wet snow and strong, gusty winds is a recipe for widespread power outages. Trees, already weighed down by the snow, are snapping under the pressure, bringing down power lines and leaving entire neighborhoods in the dark. Utility crews are working around the clock, but the sheer scale of the outages means that some residents could be without electricity for days. Officials are warning that these outages may be long-lasting, especially in rural areas where access is difficult. It's a stark reminder of how vulnerable infrastructure can be when faced with extreme weather. Travel conditions are expected to be extremely hazardous throughout the region. Roads that are rarely treated for snow and ice have become treacherous, with numerous reports of vehicles sliding off the road or becoming stranded. Emergency services are urging everyone to stay home if at all possible, as even short trips could become dangerous. Abandoned cars line the highways, and snowplows are struggling to keep up with the relentless snowfall. If you must travel, make sure your vehicle is equipped for winter conditions and carry emergency supplies, but the safest option is to stay put until the storm passes. The reach of this storm extends far beyond North Carolina and Virginia. Even states like Georgia and Tennessee, where snow is a rare sight, are experiencing significant accumulations. Rural roads are coated in ice, and homes that rarely see winter weather are now blanketed in white. In some areas, wind chills are expected to drop near zero, creating dangerous conditions for anyone caught outside. Residents are being reminded to dress in layers, limit time outdoors, and check on vulnerable neighbors, especially the elderly and those without adequate heating. This dramatic cold snap is especially shocking for a region that was basking in record warmth just a few weeks ago. Lawns that were green and flowers that had started to bloom are now buried under inches of snow. The rapid drop in temperature has caught many off guard, and the contrast between the recent spring-like weather and today's winter blast is hard to believe. Meteorologists say this kind of temperature swing is rare, and it's a stark reminder of how quickly weather can change in the southeast. With the threat of extended power outages and dangerously cold temperatures, it's crucial to take precautions now. Protect your pipes from freezing by wrapping them or letting faucets drip. Check on your neighbors, especially those who may need extra help during the storm. Make sure you have enough food, water, and emergency supplies to last several days. Charge your devices, gather flashlights and batteries, and have a plan for staying warm if the power goes out. Community support and preparation can make all the difference during severe weather events like this. Once the snow finally stops, the cleanup will begin, and it could take days before life returns to normal. Residents will need to shovel driveways and sidewalks, clear fallen branches, and help each other dig out from the drifts. City crews will be working tirelessly to clear roads and restore services, but patience will be required as the region recovers. Officials are urging everyone to take all warnings seriously and avoid unnecessary risks during the aftermath. The community's resilience will be tested, but by working together, recovery will be possible. As the storm's impacts linger, remember to stay safe and look out for one another. The Southeast is facing a rare and powerful winter event, but with preparation, caution, and community spirit, we can weather this storm together. Stay tuned to local updates, follow official guidance, and take care of yourself and your loved ones until the danger has passed. True blizzard conditions are likely from coastal North Carolina to New England. Whiteouts 35+ MQ winds, and near zero visibility for hours. Travel will be impossible. The only safe place is indoors. First responders may not reach you in an emergency. Don't take risks. Even the southern Jersey shore could see blizzard conditions as the storm moves north. Meanwhile, cold air plunges into Florida, bringing rare snow flurries near Tampa and a significant freeze statewide. The main threat for Florida: frigid temperatures that endanger crops and homes. Bundle up, protect property, and prepare for a true blast of Arctic air. This storm's reach is truly remarkable. Coastal flooding is a major threat as powerful onshore winds push ocean water inland, especially from the Outer Banks to New Jersey. These winds, combined with high astronomical tides, are creating a dangerous situation for communities along the mid-Atlantic coast. As the storm system intensifies, water levels are expected to rise rapidly, overwhelming natural and man-made barriers. Residents in low-lying areas should be especially vigilant, as even a few inches of water can cause significant damage to homes, businesses, and infrastructure. The combination of wind-driven waves and persistent onshore flow means that flooding could occur not just during high tide, but throughout the storm's duration. Storm surge and high tides could inundate roads and cut off communities. Be ready to move to higher ground if needed. Emergency services may not be able to reach you once flooding begins, so it's crucial to have an evacuation plan in place. Many roads that appear passable can quickly become impassable as water rises, trapping vehicles and endangering lives. local officials are urging residents to monitor updates closely and to leave early if evacuation orders are issued. Remember, it only takes a small amount of moving water to sweep away a car or knock a person off their feet. If you live in a flood-prone area, pack an emergency kit with essentials like water, food, medications, and important documents. Beach erosion will reshape coastlines, and even areas with little snow face serious flooding. The relentless pounding of waves can strip away protective dunes and beaches, leaving coastal properties more vulnerable to future storms. In some places, entire stretches of shoreline may be altered overnight, with sand and debris carried far inland. This erosion not only threatens homes and businesses, but also impacts local wildlife habitats and tourism. Communities that have invested in beach nourishment or dune restoration may see those efforts washed away in a matter of hours. Even if your area isn't directly in the storm's path, heavy rainfall and runoff can still lead to flash flooding and dangerous conditions. Never drive through flooded roads. The danger is real. Water can hide hazards like washed-out pavement, downed power lines, or debris that can damage your vehicle or cause you to become stranded. Just a foot of water is enough to float most cars, and 2 feet can carry away larger vehicles like trucks and SUVs. Turn around, don't drown. Your safety is not worth the risk. If you encounter a flooded roadway, find an alternate route and report the hazard to local authorities if possible. Remember, emergency responders are already stretched thin during severe weather events, so avoid putting yourself and others in danger. In New England, southeastern Massachusetts and the islands could see up to a foot of heavy, wind-driven snow, plus damaging winds and flooding. The combination of snow and strong gusts will create blizzard-like conditions, reducing visibility and making travel extremely hazardous. Coastal areas are at risk for both flooding and power outages as wet, heavy snow accumulates on trees and power lines. Residents should prepare for the possibility of being without electricity for extended periods and ensure they have enough supplies to last several days. In addition to snow, coastal flooding remains a concern as high tides and storm surge coincide with the worst of the weather. Boston is on the edge. Small shifts in the storm's path could bring big changes. If the storm tracks just a few miles further inland or out to sea, the impacts could vary dramatically from heavy snow and strong winds to mostly rain and minor flooding. Forecasters are closely monitoring the system, but uncertainty remains high. Residents should stay tuned to the latest updates and be ready to adjust their plans as new information becomes available. Even if the city avoids the worst, surrounding areas could still experience significant disruptions, so it's important for everyone in the region to remain prepared. The Northeast faces a triple threat: snow, wind, and coastal flooding. Each of these hazards can cause major problems on their own, but together they create a complex and dangerous situation. Heavy snow can block roads and delay emergency response, while strong winds can bring down trees and power lines, compounding the risk of outages and property damage. Coastal flooding can isolate communities and disrupt transportation networks, making it harder for help to reach those in need. It's a situation that demands vigilance, preparation, and cooperation from everyone in the affected areas. Stay alert and heed all advisories. Monitor local news, weather apps, and official social media channels for the latest information. If authorities issue evacuation orders or other emergency instructions, follow them promptly. Check on neighbors, especially those who are elderly or have mobility challenges, and make sure they have a safe place to go if needed. By staying informed and prepared, you can help protect yourself, your loved ones, and your community from the worst impacts of this powerful storm. After the storm, spring's arrival will split the nation. The north faces a stubborn winter, cold lingers, delaying warmth and risking late snowstorms and frosts into April. Farmers may delay planting, and everyone should keep coats handy. Meanwhile, the south will heat up rapidly, echoing last year's record warmth. Early blooms and summer-like temperatures will arrive weeks ahead of schedule, but this sharp north-south divide creates a battleground for storms. The contrast will fuel severe weather and flooding risks. Spring will be anything but typical. The clash between northern cold and southern heat will spark severe weather as we enter March and April. Fewer tornadoes are expected than last year, but damaging winds and flooding rain will be the main threats, especially in the South and Gulf Coast. The Mississippi Valley and Tennessee Valley should be on high alert for powerful storms. Tornado Alley may see a delayed start, but activity will ramp up quickly by late April and May. Have a severe weather plan, know your safe place, and how to get alerts. The season may start slow in the north, but it could turn active fast. Stay prepared for dangerous storms. More detailed forecasts are coming soon. Early heat in the south and west brings a surge in drought and wildfire risk. The southwest faces worsening conditions. Dry vegetation and warmth create a tinderbox for fast-moving fires. Drought will intensify in the southern plains and southeast, threatening crops and water supplies. Even Florida is at high risk for brush fires as heat and dryness build. Residents in fire-prone areas must clear flammable vegetation and have evacuation plans ready. Stay informed about local fire danger and follow all burn bans. The combination of drought and early heat is a serious threat this spring. Prepare now to protect your home and community. Flooding will be a major spring hazard. driven by rapid snowmelt in the north and torrential rain in the south. Deep snowpack in New England, the Northwest, and Rockies could melt quickly, swelling rivers and streams. A sudden warm-up increases the risk of dangerous flooding. Timing is critical. In the south, slow-moving storms may dump heavy rain, causing flash floods from Alabama to Florida and up the Mississippi Valley. Saturated ground means even moderate rain can trigger floods. Flash flooding can happen with little warning. Never underestimate moving water. Both snowmelt and downpours will create widespread flood risks. Stay alert and ready to act. The coming weeks will be defined by extreme weather, starting with the bomb cyclones, snow, blizzards, and flooding. Afterward, a divided spring emerges, lingering cold in the north, rapid heat in the south. This temperature clash will drive severe storms, drought, fire danger, and flooding. Watch for strong thunderstorms in the Gulf Coast and worsening drought in the southwest and Florida. Be prepared for a weather roller coaster. Know your local risks and have a plan. Stay informed with the latest updates from our team. Your safety is our top priority. We'll keep you ahead of every major weather threat this season.